Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing today. If you're new, just stopping by, welcome. Hopefully you're able to grab a message out of this reading. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for all the support. And hopefully you're able to also grab a message out of this reading. So we've got a very important message today. Spirit gave me a very intense download today when I woke up. So I've got a message out you may want to check out, but I really want to expand on this whole thought. So we're going to dig deep into it and really just explain what's probably been going on for a lot of the collective. So essentially around you right now, you either have people, places, things, anything, anyone trying to stop you from moving forward. Now, ultimately, these people think that they have the upper hand, either because of the way that they treat you or something to do with your passion in particular. They're definitely all trying to compete, in particular for something to do with a passion. Now, this has to do with either people around you or in your community. For a lot of you, this is people right in your direct energy. So this could be people you live with or people in your community, like your neighborhood, friends of yours, old friends of yours, and let's get real, this energy is about karmics. So straight up karmics. Could be karmics of your ex, karmics that were your exes, lots of people. Now, ultimately, this energy is going to get pretty intense because the vibe is off the hop. These people think that they have some sort of one-up on you. Whatever they do, they think that they're winning. They could do petty things like stalk your social media, try to make you go private. For others of you, if you live with these people, they try to cause excessive noise, extra things, trying to drain you of your energy, of your light, or trying to take your gifts. But the tower moment's coming in because everyone is being exposed for exactly who they are, and all they are is dream stoppers. Now, what does Divine think of dream stoppers? Divine sends messengers in like me to explain that those that think that they can stop other people's dreams, ultimately every time they do, Divine takes away one of theirs. So for some of these people, they are so far into their karmic debt, their karmic owing, they are completely delusional. Every time that they think that they're trying to stop you from achieving your dream. And for a lot of you, I'm getting the vibe you're a light worker. You're a free spirit. You're someone loving and giving collective. You're always there, kind and compassionate. And for a lot of you, you look out for others, the well-being of others. You're a humble person. Now, ultimately, all these people could be up to 4 or 5 people that are doing this to you on the side. They're literally destroying their own dreams every single time. And they don't realize it because every time they get caught up in your energy and try and take from you, it's like these dreams are literally being erased from their memory by Divine so that they don't even remember. They don't even think about it. These people are literally working directly through the wrong team. And if you're on my channel, you know that. We're of the light here. So absolutely, all I got to say jumping into this, whoever previously blocked you, stopped you, made you feel less than, bullied you, made you feel uncomfortable, made you feel like whoever you were as a person wasn't either good enough, wasn't valued, or wasn't okay. These people are about to be made examples, and you know who's the one to do it? For a lot of you, Divine is making you the person to be the example. You don't even have to do anything. You are about to receive so much growth, so much blessings, and so much beauty just for being you. And this is what these karmic energies can't stand. But you see, Divine has urged a lot of you to pull back your energy. So there's different ways that your energy has been pulled back. You could keep your plans on the DL. You could be secluded from certain family members or friends right now. You could have pulled your energy back in a way, maybe for some of you, you're working from home now. There's different ways that you are being protected spiritually from these attacks. And ultimately, anyone who thinks they're winning is about to experience a big tower moment that stops them completely in their tracks for trying to make you run away from your dreams. Because if you're on my channel, I'm sorry, but anyone who tries to stop someone from following their dreams, karmic energy, you got some lessons to learn about life. We are all here to succeed. We're all here to lift each other up. We're all here to encourage each other. And so sometimes when I have to do these readings, it's like, really, Spirit? But they're like, yes, because someone needs to hear this. These people that blocked you, tried to stop you, tried to discourage you, and for some of you, tried to leave you in mental anxiety, depression. These are just karmic bullies. And ultimately, these people are going to watch you shine, watch you succeed, watch you be world renowned, watch you receive major blessings, and all at their expense. Because every time they try to take away one of your dreams, you know what divine says? Another dream for this collective, this light worker, this person who's lifting others up, who's encouraging others to be a better version of themselves, who isn't knocking others down, who isn't judging, and ultimately, who isn't trying to take away others' dreams. So this is an intense message. If you've dealt with this energy, this bullying, for some of you, it's like a group of girls. You could have known them from the past. You could have went to school with these people. You could work with them. They could be in your neighborhood. They could be in your community. Whoever it is to you, divine is about to show them that they should have never messed with you. Because every time they did, these dreams, like I said, it's like divine's telling me to say, it's like they're literally vanished from their mind. So they think they're winning. They don't realize that everything they put you through, they think they're winning. But they're literally losing memories, losing dreams, losing sight of their own happiness because they're ultimately a vessel for darkness trying to destroy yours. So this is a really intense collective message. Thank you so much for tuning in. And ultimately, just know, like, if you've had people gang stalk you, make you feel less than for being you, for being authentic. You know why these people did this too? Because ultimately, there's a group of people who wanted to take your ideas. They wanted to take your energy, your essence. They wanted to claim it as their own. So it took 5 or 6 of them to group together to try and take you out, collective. That's how strong you are. And guess what? Those 5 or 6 people, they're about to be made examples of by divine. You don't have to do anything. Spirit wants you to step back and just watch the show as you continue to glow up and do the work that you are told to do. For some of you, if you're light workers, these people have tried to stop you from getting messages out, from using your voice. These people have tried to block you. So you could have even family or friends that know that you are light. To everyone that's tuning in, thank you to everyone that continues to spread the light and joy. Would you believe that there's a karmic on this reading that tried to report the video? People like that, they're going to be shown that every time they try and send attacks your way, the light will prevail. The light will always prevail because the light always overtakes the darkness. And like I said, if you're a spiritual worker, if you are a starseed, an earth angel, a light worker meant by divine to give these messages, and you're being blocked by people who literally have no idea what they're doing, who don't have dreams of their own, who would rather take from people who continuously try to make their own dreams, to make their own life. Those people will continue to stay stuck in exactly where they are. And all those dreams that they used to have, they're just dissolving away. They don't even remember them because they're so focused on you and your energy, trying to stop you, trying to take your essence. It's like, okay. And the funny thing that Spirit told me to say, whoever tried to block you, you're specifically a Libra or a Taurus for a lot of you. Whoever tried to block you in your intuition, they also tried to take your love partner for some of you. Whoever tried to block you, look at this, 3 of Cups. So you were in a long-term relationship and you had someone intervene on what you knew was your path and purpose as well with a particular soulmate. You are either a water sign, a Pisces, or we've got a Libra or Taurus. Specifically, it could be any of those signs. But ultimately, they wanted to block your strength. They wanted to ruin your work and home life balance. They wanted to make you feel off-centered. Spirit is about to show them that the more they mess with you, the more blessings you will receive for continuing to stay in the light and persevering on your path. Because these karmics, they're all just tests. They're all just obstacles that strengthen you on your life purpose. And especially if you are a light worker, if you resonate with that, you are going to get the most spiritual attacks. But just know that you have the most spiritual protection. If you are truly doing what you're being asked to do by divine, you're being protected. Absolutely. And just know that anywhere there was previously anyone trying to block you, they're going to be shown the error of their ways and why they should have never done that in the first place. But see, this is someone else's life lessons to learn, and you are the example. You are the example just by being you, by being authentic and not being afraid of what others think. Knowing what your intuition is telling you, not what someone else is trying to project on you. 1111 on the reading. Thank you very much. That is the number of manifestation. So for a lot of you, if you became a light worker, or say you have a platform, you have a voice for a very particular subject, you could have gone through some intense trauma growing up and you could speak out about it. And you constantly feel like others are trying to block you on your path, your purpose. For others of you, you could be connected to the church and people could try and block you and stop you from having particular beliefs. Regardless of what it is for you, collective, whoever tried to block your manifestations, these karmics, are about to be shown how strong your connection truly is with divine. That when you're given a life path or purpose, you do not tamper with someone else's life path or purpose, because ultimately, what does it do? It affects directly your own. But as a light worker, or whoever this resonates for, you already know that. You know that. You wouldn't try and stop someone else from following their dreams. If anything, you're the type of person that encourages them to find something they're passionate about, to find that dream of their own, and to really go for it. And so what these karmics don't realize is by the day, the more they send these spiritual attacks, this nonsense, this darkness, for some of you, they've turned to the darkness. If they know you're a spiritual worker, they have literally tried to turn into things that they don't know about to try and block you from being a light worker. They are directly being worked through for the wrong team. We'll just say that much. But these people don't realize that. And the further they try to block you from being a happy-go-lucky person, a giving person, and for a lot of you, spreading some type of awareness or spiritual message, or like I said, healing others from trauma, whoever has tried to block you or stop you, they're about to see why they should have never done that. Strength. And all this taught you, collective, is strength. Because it took strength in numbers of 4 to 6 people to try and stop you. And guess what? They ultimately could not. And the tower moment's coming in. Because awareness needs to be raised for whoever tried to block you from having a long-lasting union. Whoever tried to block you from being connected to your spirituality. Whoever tried to block you from being you. From living an authentic, happy life. They had no say and no right to play that role. Only person that does in your life is you and divine. So just know that your reward for persevering these type of struggles, these type of difficulties, is the happiest days. Because you continue to persevere in the light. When those people tested you, you could have turned dark too. You could have turned to low vibrational habits, addictions. You could have attacked them back, but you didn't. You chose to turn it to God. You chose to trust your faith with divine and your spirit team, and to know ultimately you are being guided to a much more beautiful and peaceful place. And anytime these attacks are placed upon you by others, the more blessings you and your family are going to receive. And the more generational curses they're placing upon themselves, trying to place upon you and your family. Because anything sent your way as a spiritual light worker, or whoever this energy resonates with, if you are truly standing in the light and you know you're not sending karmic attacks, spiritual attacks anyone's way, you're truly wanting to see others succeed, then this reading is to show you that every time those attacks are sent your way, they're ultimately adding up a big pile up on a list for you and your family to receive blessings. And teaching you numerous amounts of strength along the way. You could be a Leo, you could be an Earth sign, you could be a Pisces, you could be a Libra. Main energies I'm getting for those that have been attacked by the karmic energies for trying to persevere. Look at that, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So directly, if you work from home, if you say you have kids and you stay at home, you raise your kids, these people have tried to throw off your work and home life balance. They've tried to make you feel uncomfortable. If it's family, they're showing up at your door unannounced. They're calling you. If you have a rental property, they're coming up unannounced, calling you. If it's work, same thing. Work's asking you to overwork, not being considerate of your work and home life. Whatever it is for you, collective, all this is about to shift around because these were intentionally placed upon your path to try and block you, to slow you down. But Spirit gave you the wisdom and the knowledge, and if not, this is what this reading is for. If you've had that energy recently where you know specifically someone is just trying to slow you down, trying to prevent you from moving forward, wake up call, they are. And they're about to watch you receive blessings for not doing the same back. Like, okay, for some of you, you have a neighbor, they take your mail. Do you think you'd ever go over there and take their mail back? No. And Divine sees that. So little things like that accounted for every time. So you should just sit there and think, check mark, thank you for the blessings. And it's funny because these karmics sit and laugh. For some of you, like I said, it's a group of them. They could sit together and think that they're taking you out, collective. They think that they're winning. But ultimately, they're all laughing under the devil, under the wrong person. Because no one of the light would ever see someone else happy, trying to succeed, trying to follow their dreams, and would say, I'm going to put a stop to that. The only people that would do that are karmics that are directly attached to low vibrational behaviors. And don't get it twisted, because there's a lot of people that say they're of the light still, but tend to do that in the shadows. So this is to raise awareness for all those people that thought the attacks they placed upon you weren't seen. Page of Swords, they look at you this way, naive. Maybe you have a little bit of knowledge in something, or when it comes to life, you could be young, you could be mature, or like they could consider you immature, right? No. See that book? That's Divine's book. That's enough knowledge that you need right there. And it's like, regardless of whoever karmics what they see on the outside, that's not what they get on the inside. They get a wise old soul on the inside that is very much connected. So for a lot of you too, I feel like people looked at you and thought, oh no, this person's not either connected with their intuition, or for others of you, this person has a little bit of knowledge, but they're not sure, and all this and that. Spirit's about to show them. So you thought you could pass judgment. You thought you could claim you were this much better than someone else. Because there's even people out there like that. In this world, we were all placed here with different life paths, with different purposes, and with different roles. But the one thing we all have in common is to love and respect each other, to lift each other up. And therefore, there are even people that pretend, that don't do that. And here is to say, if you are true on your path and you have these particular karmic energies trying to prevent you, do not worry about them. This is your path. This is your present moment, and this is your future. And this is your connection with Divine. So ultimately, this lesson is like whoever, for some of you, it's a karmic ex. Okay, for some of you, you got a karmic ex. You could have been quiet after the breakup. This person could have dogged you out, could have been down, out, dirty at the end of this, okay? This person went around to everyone, could have talked about you, and you didn't say a word. So they thought you didn't know better. You didn't see through their tactics, what they were up to behind the scenes. But another thing, Spirit just literally wanted me to laugh. Karmics think they have the upper hand. Okay, all those people that thought you didn't know what they were plotting or doing behind your back. Like a community of people you could have walked away from to attach to an old marriage, a longtime partner, an old job. All those people thought you didn't see who they are or what they were doing. And you know what you said? You see past that. You know that divine has a much bigger plan for you. And you also see that anyone who would try and place blocks upon another's life is not of the light. Now, this message is to raise awareness, because there are even people that you will deal with in your family or in your face that you know close that you think are on the good side. But think, if you have anyone in your life that has tried to place a block upon you in any way, why would they do that? Create those boundaries, create that distance, create that understanding. And for any karmics on the channel, get out of that mindset. If you want to achieve success and victory in your life, then stop trying to block others. Because ultimately, the more dreams you will forget you had, in the long run, they'll just vanish. Divine will say, how do you deserve those dreams when you are the one trying to cast dreams on others and take them? The dream snatcher. For someone needs to get a dream catcher or a piece of amethyst to sleep with. These people come to you in your dreams as well, spiritual attacks. They also do it because for some of you, if you have no communication with particular karmics, they come to you and communicate in your dreams because they feel like you're going to say stuff in the 5D that you're not going to let them know in the 3D. For a lot of you, you were already told by divine a long time ago to start keeping your plans, where you're headed off to next, where you're going, who you are, to yourself. And that was for a reason. Because the more you do that, the more, for example, those that gang stalk you, those that copy you, those people will all be exposed because you are in your own circle. You're not even around those energies. They are coming and invading your energy and exposing themselves every single time that they do. Thank you so much, everyone that's joining in. This is a really intense reading. We're just going to do a few more messages, but ultimately, you know, I like to do the love readings and stuff, but every once in a while, I have to get out the message that I am told to deliver, and this is the message today. Whoever tried to block you from having a marriage, a successful long-term commitment, they're about to have an ending in theirs. I can't sugarcoat that. That's not for everyone, but whoever is in a long-term relationship yet tried to stop you from being in one long-term, that's their karma now. They decided to take your dream away. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, divine said, okay, no, I see what you're doing there. And I trump that, right? I trump that. I lay the rules down around here. That's what divine says. We don't lay the rules down around here. You do for your own life. You are in charge of your own life, your own decisions. But ultimately, you're not in charge of telling someone else they can't be in a relationship with someone or trying to take away someone's dreams. Look at that. So balance is coming. Temperance. Balance is coming. That is beautiful. And it all has to do with you and your passions, your dreams, and where you're headed. And whoever tried to block and stop you is going to watch you walk away with your hair flipped, your nails done, and a big smile on your face. Because you will wish those people the best, as you were meant to teach them that they could have came with you. But instead they tried to block you and stop you, and now they're going to watch you walk away, and there's nothing they can do about it. Ultimately, they can still change their act. I guess Spirit does want me to say this, you know, divine gives a million forgiveness to people. This is what divine is all about, forgiveness. So ultimately, it's like these people will eventually learn, but for a lot of them, it's going to be once they've already gotten themselves way too far behind from where they want to be in their own life, because they've been so caught up in blocking someone else from achieving their dreams, their success. It's like these people could watch you from fake accounts every single day, interact with you, call your phone, show up at your house. Some of them, they watch your house. These people think you don't know. For some of you, it's an ex, or it's like an old best friend. For some of you, it's an acquaintance. I know specifically for a lot of the collective divine feminine, you got one copycat that you used to know. Maybe you met them a few times, you hung out with them once or twice, but there was something off about this person from the start, so you disconnected. This person has literally obsessed and watched your life for 1 to maybe 3 years since. Has copied anything you've done in career. And this is one of the people in particular that sits back and tries to do the either mirror, what I don't even know the terminology for it, but they're sitting there trying to manifest bad shit on you, basically. I don't know what they're doing, but all I know is whatever they're trying to do, divine sees it, because that is not you. That's not your MO. And specifically, it could even be that there is 2 girls. For some of you, it's a group of twins. And the one of them literally follows every single thing you do, copies every single move you do. This person thinks you're unaware. But see, divine told you to be quiet, to watch them fall on their own, because these people are lost. And the more that they try and block and stop your dream, what they don't realize is they're losing themselves completely. And it already takes someone that's lost themselves to try and copy and obsess and stalk another person's life. Let's just say that much. Because a lot of the divine collective on here, we thrive on being our own person, on being our own story. It's cool to relate to someone. It's cool to connect with them. Maybe coincidentally you got stuff in common, or you meet someone in your career field. But it ain't cool to be the person you were friends with that literally follows every 4 or 5 careers you do, copies your hair, your tattoos, your nails, everything. That is called mental health issues. And karmics don't realize that they are literally suffering from mental health issues, and the more they're deteriorating themselves by obsessing over your life. Now, the sad thing is these karmics are surrounded by karmics. Because whether it be an ex or an old friend to you or an old coworker, where's the people that love them in their life to point out what they're doing is wrong? They're watching them deteriorate over your energy, and they're letting it happen too. So ultimately, you are about to serve a beautiful lesson to people. Boom. First of all, a lot of you had to detach from these types of karmics once you saw what they were doing. So not only are you teaching people that you can be a lone wolf, a leader, independent, and you can remove yourself from all these karmic energies, because what you did, collective, is you did that and you allowed yourself to take accountability for what needed to change in your life. What did you mess up in the past, right? Not everyone's perfect. What did you not do right in a relationship? And for a lot of you, it's like when you walked away from these karmic energies, they don't have the willpower to do the same. If you ever notice, karmics band together. You don't see a single karmic by themselves. Unless they're a narcissist, karmics are always banded together because they're not leaders, they're followers. They don't have their own personality or identity or voice. And so what do? They're literally brought here. I can't even believe this. Wow, Spirit, this download is so intense and just like literally. Spirit just told me they're literally brought here by the wrong team to silence those who are from the right team, who are from the light. And can I get an amen to that? Because that is literally the realest thing I've ever said on this channel. Thank you for that download, Spirit. Whoever has tried to stop you in the past, they all band together because just one of them isn't able to stop a divine being like you. And what makes you so divine is because you're not a dream destroyer. You're not a life ruiner. And you sure as heck aren't a bully. So, wow to that energy. And let's get some likes if you resonate with not being a bully, because straight up. These karmics are going to see whoever bullied you in the past glow up. It's like, okay, for specifically some of these karmics, they want a nice car. They want a nice man. These karmics want a nice man who's going to take care of them, who's going to marry them. These karmics are going to watch you, who doesn't even need a man to take care of them, get that, and have your own success story because you didn't try and block, keep secrets. And a lot of these karmics too, if they know you're real and authentic, what do? They try and paint you any which way to show that you aren't. because that's all they can do. And like I said, it gets real heavy because anyone that you interact with, even when it comes to TV, to watching YouTube, say you're interacting with people at work, if you really step into the light and you really resonate with the realization of when people are karmic and you are truly not a karmic, if you ever had to ask yourself, are you karmic? Then you need to question where you're at in life. It's okay to ask yourself that, though. If you're a karmic and you're asking yourself that, better to have the self-awareness and the realization than to continue to sweep it under the rug and go about your life. But ultimately, this is what karmics do. Oh, maybe it could be there, but we'll just pretend it's not. We'll paint the illusions of those that are truthful. And like I said, you'll never catch a group of karmics or one karmic by themselves taking someone out. They always have someone behind them, more than one person, because they're all a vessel. And divine has chosen ones. And now I really understand why the term chosen ones comes to play. Because ultimately, it just takes one of you and you could have, I don't know how many people trying to take you out. You know your story. You know your story. For some of you, you could have grown up like this. You could have been like Kay, the odd one out. Maybe you were very intelligent growing up in school. So you had like a group of mean girls or mean guys picked on you. You were always different. And you know why? Because you were a light worker since you were a child. You possess this light. If you don't resonate with that term, light worker, you don't need to be out there spreading the message like I am to be a light worker. You can do that in your community as just being an authentic or trying to be a good person, trying to love and forgive others. Now, ultimately, whoever tried to block you in the past from this truth definitely could have been a Pisces. We got double Pisces energy here, the moon and the high priestess in reverse. They're about to see why they messed with the wrong one. Wow. But yeah, I really feel like, say, even in high school, you were like the person that like, okay, there was like the mean girls, right? And you were like the odd one out. But secretly, there was something about you they all wanted to be like. Otherwise, they wouldn't all make fun of you or watch you or stalk you. That's what you need to realize. If you go through this now, there's something very special about you as a person if people literally would rather focus on your energy, your next move, and what you're up to and try and block you than focus on their own life. Think about that for a second. That's pretty intense. I don't think we often look at it that way. We often look at it as it's frustrating, it's annoying, why? But once you really start to deal with this and you really start to dig deep and look at it, you start to see the psychological reasons behind it, that people got some healing to do. And once you really start to heal from it and you realize these spiritual attacks and how much they're only going to elevate you as a person when you don't respond, when you don't feed into it, when you give it to God and you pray and you hand it over to God. And it could be whoever your spiritual person is for you. Say you don't resonate with that. You could have a different spiritual leader for you. But regardless, it's like, and only of the light on this channel, just saying. But regardless, it's like when you turn that to that and you let go, then your world is only going to open up more blessings, more positive days, and a way better outcome than you could ever imagined. Wow, I'm literally looking on the right and I could see out of the left side of my eye that candle flicker big time when I said more blessings. So that is really beautiful energy to be in. Thank you so much, everyone, tuning in. We've got Tiffany, Ultraviolet, Divinely Protected. Welcome, everyone. If this is resonating, go ahead and hit that like button. But yeah, just really feeling like overall with this message, the world is yours. For a long time, maybe you did. Maybe you let these people try and drain you of your energy or make you not go after specific options in love. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, definitely could have been a love option that tried to block you, cause you these tower moments. This person knows that you're of the light. No matter what you do, you're always going to grow and continue to grow. It's like no matter how many times they try to stop you. You could have been dealing with a water sign or a Scorpio. We do have Leo as well. But ultimately, any of these karmics in your life, whoever it was for you, this group of people, they see how strong you are. They see how much whatever they tried to throw at you to try to make you in your head depressed, feeling like you couldn't achieve that dream. They know that the more they do this, the more that they actually catapult you. The more they push you forward, the more they give you that energy. Because like I said, if someone too, especially if it's like a group of people sitting there trying to use words against you or plot on you as a group of karmics, think about this. Divine has you so highly protected that all those attacks they tried to throw at you, 4 or 5 people even more for some of you, it literally like catapults, like what is it, shields off back to the other way. Vanishes, first of all, into the universe, because Divine doesn't necessarily believe, I feel like, in karma per karma, but there are different ways you're going to receive karma for trying to ultimately, take life into your own hands, make the decisions of someone else's happiness. No one has that right. It doesn't even matter if you're married to the person. You do not have the right to take away someone's happiness on a day-to-day basis. That's just not it, right? But regardless, whoever tried to do that, who, what, where, then, whatever your situation is for you, 4 of Swords in reverse, it's over. And anytime these attacks come in, the more and more settled you're going to start to feel, because you know what it means too? You're almost at the finish line. You are literally almost at the finish line. This is why they're getting so strong too. The attacks getting more frequent, more often. But are they doing anything if you really sit back and think about it? Did they stop you? No. And if you truly know that something is meant for you, your path or your purpose, your place to be, it's never going to stop you. No karmic energy is going to stop you from what Divine has meant for you. And the car horn just went really loud outside. I can't even believe it. Sorry for my but legit. And I feel like someone needs to hear this, because especially too, depending where you live in the world, nice days are here for the next 7 months. You're going to not be held back. You're not going to be stuck inside. You're not going to be held back from anything, anyone, especially if it was an ex. They didn't want you to date. They didn't want you to be seen. That's over with. Ultimately, now you're all of a sudden going to start getting a bunch of invites from old friends, from new people interested. Hey, let's go out for dinner. Let's grab a bite. Let's go to the movies. Let's go walk on the water. That sounds not that kind of walking on the water, okay? But when you walk along on the pier. I mean, if you're going on a date with Jesus, then there you go. But that was pretty random. But yeah, straight up, it's just like, okay, no one can block you anymore. There's no reason. And for a lot of you, you're finally getting something back together. Maybe it was you went through a career change, loss. Like I said, you had a lot of people plotting against you. And they thought they were winning for so long. But what they didn't realize is that they were always on the wrong team. Because on this channel and in this collective, that's not our MO. We send healing, we send light, and we move forward. And we keep evolving as a collective. And ultimately, that's your birthright. That's what you're supposed to do. That's the thing too. Whoa. Okay. For all of my entire life, my favorite quote, one of them, is the act of letting go of toxic people is not an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-care. For some of you, these people you had to let go of didn't want to see you transform, didn't want to see you change, didn't want to see you be a better person. All we're meant to do is transform and change and be a better version of ourselves. And anyone that would try to hold someone else back from doing that will ultimately see why they should have never did that. Nine of Wands. So keep focused on your passions. You deserve this. You deserve this new start. Look at that. Someone tried to separate a family big time for some of you. You could have been married with kids and someone got in the way of the relationship. For others of you, long-term commitments. Someone didn't want to see you with a soulmate, with a long-term success. With the Two of Pentacles, someone didn't want to see you financially stable. You could have walked away from an old job and then all of a sudden they wished ill will upon you for deciding to move elsewhere. Which is like butterflies transform. We're not meant to stay in the same space forever. And anyone who would want to block someone from succeeding, from doing better, from evolving, doesn't matter if it's a family, friend, a lover, a frickin' stranger, they need to evaluate where they're at in life. Because that's being a karmic. And man, this is like one of the strongest messages like I feel like I've ever delivered. And I really hope this resonates for you because this is a movement. Once you come into this knowing of yourself and where you're headed, anyone or anything that tried to block you from doing better, they're just blocking themselves. And I really feel like that's the message that Spirit wants me to convey. They're literally like, it's like they think they have all these dreams, but slowly as the days pass, the years pass, the months pass. I mean, I don't even want to say this. It's horrible, but it's like if they're trying to take your dreams and stop your dreams, then they're literally slowly forgetting everything that they want to work towards because they're caught up in the wrong things in life. And so there has to be a balance at some point. At some point, the towel's got to give. At some point, these people, these karmics, whoever it may be in your life, could be a sibling, could be an old coworker, could be an ex, could be an old best friend. It's going to be different for each of you. Could be all of those people. Some of you collective went through a spiritual awakening and you have literally a lot of people you had to walk away from. Not because you didn't care or love them, but because they kept trying to block you. Wow, the horn. Someone just drove by, but the horn went for like 20 seconds. There you go. And my light just flickered. So amen. Just know that whoever previously tried to block you, to stop you from evolving, from continuing on your path, it's like they're blocking their own happiness. They're blocking their own family's happiness. And as a collective, none of us want that for each other. We all want to see each other succeed. Wow, literally 10 people clicked off when I said that. Okay, see you later, karmics. Because honestly, you want to see each other succeed here. This is what life's about. We work towards dreams. You have people you care about and you move forward. You know? So personally, just know Spirit wants me to deliver this message. 6 of Cups in reverse. It's literally like someone didn't want you to have a happy, successful family for some of you. Big time. They didn't want to see you in love or have a long-lasting partner. Wow. For some of you, you have kids. Someone tried to break up a marriage even. Didn't want to see the kids have the parents together. What kind of people? Well, hopefully this message brings some awareness. If this is resonating, share this video, like it, comment it. Like, this message is really just important. That ultimately, it's one of the hardest lessons I feel like for a karmic to learn. But once they take the blindfold off to what they're doing, they can have that happiness, that sunshine too. And it doesn't mean they need to believe in divine and pray to divine. I mean, they will be much better off in their life. They'd truly see that if they did. But hey, to each their own. But once they at least take the blindfold off that stopping others isn't a way to be in life. We just had 444 on the reading. They'll have that happiness too. And the biggest just message is for some of them, it's like they're not going to realize till they've pretty much like either lost all their dreams or they're just working their 9 to 5 wondering what else is coming and really realizing they shouldn't have tampered so hard with someone else. For some of you, if you have a business, this person tries to block you, tries to slander you, tries to report your business if it's a platform. And for others of you, if it's an actual like company, you make stuff, they leave bad reviews, stuff like this, just little petty things. Whoever does all that, Spirit sees it. And every time they do that to you, Spirit goes, okay, well, here's one of your happiness things taken away. And like I said, they're so caught up in your energy, they don't even realize for a lot of them till a lot of things are gone from their life, whether it be people they loved, you know, someone left them, they walked away, said, okay, you're caught up in the wrong thing. That's what's going to happen too. Wow, thanks, Spirit. So like, say you got a karmic, say, we'll do this as an example. You could either be a male having a karmic male friend that's doing this, or you're a female and you have a karmic female friend that's doing this. Someone copying you, trying to act like you. What they don't realize is they could have already even lost their job. Then they're going to lose their partner. Different things like this because they're so focused on being like you. And then they're going to sit and look and go, oh, well, what happened? And Divine's going to be like, well, I tried to connect to you the whole time to say, you know, you could have taken a thing or two from Collective there and realized that Collective, every time you tried to block the Collective even more, what did the Collective do? Wow, thank you, Spirit. So it's like these karmics get so many warnings too. Every time they try to block you specifically and then you don't respond, you don't react, right? They make a fake account, they stalk you on a social media, or they try and gang stalk you or block you in whatever way possible. For some of you, literally driving by your house, intimidating you. Every time they do that and you don't respond, you don't react, you keep moving forward, it like hurts them emotionally or something. It's like a mental thing for these people because they're so karmic. Their intent is to destroy happiness for a lot of them. So the more they're doing this, the more that they're getting lost in that, and the more they don't realize, it's like one day they're just going to wake up and realize, like, well, what were they living for? Their whole life to destroy someone else? That's how you want to be remembered in the world? You spent like I spent 5 years trying to just make this person have a hard time because I didn't like their light. Imagine that was your life, right? Like, shaking my head over here. Shaking my head. Let's get those likes up if you resonate. Otherwise, we got a lot of karmics just watching the video. Definitely. Four of Pentacles. They like that you are financially stable. For some of you, you are successful. You're either good at saving your money or good at balancing money, or they see that you've always gotten by. You could have been in some sticky situations that these people tried to place you in, these karmics, right? You could have been at a job that these karmics were either taking away hours from you or literally taking from you. Taking from you. Cutting your hours off your paycheck. There's lots of different ways they can take, depends where you work. But I'm hearing a strong message for some of you. You were at an employer that was literally taking out of your pocket your hard-earned money. So you had to walk away and you had to try and make it on your own. And all those people, some of them anyway, still try to block you. What they don't realize, because they think they won, right? You left the job, you do your own thing, you're out of there. You could be struggling to get by, or you got by. So these people watch and obsess and stalk, they wonder how you did it. First of all, because you had divine guidance to get away from these karmic energies that were taking from you. A lot of these people too, if they were literally directly taking out of your paycheck and stuff, say they were managers, bosses, they thought you would never know. But you did, because you have your spirit team. You have everyone behind you who started saying, hey, you start counting those hours. You start double checking those paychecks. You start whatever it could be for you. There was something wasn't adding up. And see, these people, a lot of them too, they're watching you because they're wondering how you made it, how you got by. Because Divine showed you the path. And the thing is too, for a lot of you, you had a difficult battle to even get through all that you did. And this is the thing, these karmics sit and they watch your life and they think that's the life they want. But they couldn't walk a day in the shoes of the battles that they're throwing at you. That they happen to throw at you, the challenges that they are intentionally given, these challenges by the wrong team to throw at you as a karmic, you still overcome them, and then they wonder they want that life. Imagine you're a karmic trying to destroy someone's life, but you want it. So you want to go through someone else trying to destroy your life? Well, maybe they should, because then they would realize the extent of what they're doing to others. You won't catch me often do a karmic reading because it's some type of energy. Personally, do not like to read it. But when I will, we're going to literally speak the truth that karmics, you want to tune in, and a lot of cross watchers, you want to watch this and probably shake your head, say, oh, acknowledge the changes that need to be made, because even us as light workers or of the light, that's what everyone does. You don't just sit back and think you're perfect. No one's perfect. No one on this earth is perfect. Closest thing was Jesus, and he still got taken out by a group of freaking karmics. All right, but he was made the example by God, and ultimately all of us, we get to follow in those footsteps, knowing that what he did, he literally set the path. And so think about it. You got a group of karmics coming after just you by yourself, trying to follow your dreams. You're a very special individual. You carry a lot of light and strength and confidence beyond what you even know. And so for some of you, this is just really a message for all of you. If you are being bullied, gang stalked, anything karmic trying to stop you from following your dreams, keep following your dreams, keep trusting your path. The further that you go, then the more you're going to shine. And the more that these people try to block you and stop you, the more they're going to reveal for karmics for exactly who they are. Because that's all they are, is karmics. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonated with you and you know that you're just trying to follow your dreams and you've got lots of people trying to block you, the world is yours. You keep going, because guaranteed a lot of people may think you're bowing or you're silent, you're not standing up for yourself. You're allowing divine to take the wheel in this rebirth, and soon no one is going to have a choice but to see you shine. Anyone who tried to block that shine, I'm hearing for some of you, you're about to go through a glow up, a makeover, a financial blessing, new car, something big, because of all these karmics that tried to block you. And all they can do is sit and wonder, how come they didn't? But one day, the lesson that you teach them will kick in, that you never did that to others. So that's all I got to say about that message. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. And until next time, sending light and blessings. Take care.